If the Greek government received €1 every time somebody said, "I love Greek food, especially hummus," then Greece most probably will be the richest country in the world right now. You see, one of the biggest misconceptions outside of Greece is that hummus is traditionally Greek or part of the Greek cuisine, and that is definitely not the case. Welcome to Greekosophy, everyone. My name is Tam, and today I'm gonna tell you 10 things that people get wrong when it comes to Greek cuisine. The Greek cuisine, or sometimes referred to as Mediterranean diet or Mediterranean cuisine, or part of the Mediterranean diet or Mediterranean cuisine. It's a label or a term that I don't really like when I hear it. If you look at the world map, there are about 23 countries surrounding the Mediterranean. Yes, if you look at it from the world size map, Mediterranean Sea is pretty small. But to combine and label the cuisines of 22 countries as one, it's highly unfair to each and every one of those cuisines. I mean, put it this way, would you say that the French cuisine is similar to the Israeli cuisine, or the Slovenian cuisine similar to the Egyptian cuisine? No. And put it this way, to put the word Greek in the same sentence as the word diet, you're asking for trouble. I mean, have you seen a Greek eat? Greek diet is an oxymoron. And so let's leave it at that. There is no such thing as Mediterranean diet or Mediterranean cuisine. It's just a marketing ploy for the companies to sell more and more and more and more. There's Greek cuisine, there's French cuisine, there's Egyptian cuisine, Spanish, Italian, etc., etc. So therefore, Greek cuisine it is, no Greek diet. Okay, we've come to the biggie here. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, a lot of people around the world, especially in the UK that I live, seem to believe that hummus is a Greek dish. No. Hummus is part of the Middle Eastern cuisine. Okay, it has nothing to do with Greece. Nowadays, because hummus is a popular dish, I even like it as well, creeps its way into other restaurants, and it crept its way to a lot of Greek restaurants that's supposed to serve authentic Greek cuisine. The problem is that if you go to a traditional Greek restaurant in Greece or to any Greek house, you will not find hummus. I remember my first day in the UK at college, my teacher says, "Stam, you're from Greece." "Oh, I love Greek food. Hummus is my favorite." And I'm sitting there going, because I didn't know what hummus was. I thought initially that it was some popular Greek dish that most probably in the UK they call it differently. And it was later that I found out what hummus was. And I had to try to see what it tastes like, but I've never had it before. So this is one of the biggest misconceptions that there are, that hummus is a Greek dish or is part of the traditional Greek cuisine. That is not the case. You will find it in some Greek restaurants, even in Greece, but that's because nowadays hummus is so popular that they might as well stack it in their menu. But if you're looking for authentic Greek food, hummus is not the dish to order. Another misconception has to do with tahini, and especially tahini sauce. Tahini and tahini sauce is mainly used in Middle Eastern cuisine. Again, it's not something that you will find it in a traditional Greek cuisine. The closest that I could find Greeks using tahini is in a dessert called Makedonikos halvas, a halva sort of style dish that it's widely used. But with regards to tahini sauce, no, we don't put tahini sauce on our meats or anything like that, no. You might find in supermarkets, even in Greece nowadays, as kind of a spread for bread with chocolate or mixed with other things. But it has never been a part of the traditional Greek cuisine. So be careful if you go to a Greek restaurant serving authentic Greek food. Tahini sauce is not one to look for. Now here's a point that confuses a lot of non-Greeks as well. Sometimes they ask me when I say Greek, are you from Cyprus or from mainland Greece? And there's no such thing as either Cyprus or either mainland Greece. The two countries are separate. They're independent countries in their own rights. Greece has thousands of islands, but Cyprus is not one of them. Obviously, Cypriots, especially Greek Cypriots, they have, blood ties with Greece. They speak Greek in their own accent, but they have products that are you find them only in Cyprus. Cypriot cuisine has a lot of dishes that you will not find them in Greece. Between us, we say, I'm Greek. The Cypriot people, I'm Cypriot. So here at Greekosophy, we are talking about Greece, everything that has to do with Greece. So one point to clarify is that halloumi is not a Greek cheese, it's a Cypriot cheese. Again, due to its popularity, you will most probably find it in Greek restaurants as well, outside Greece, and you will find it in restaurants in Greece that cater for the tourists or because of the popularity to other people as well. But for authentic cheese, halloumi is not a Greek one, it's a Cypriot one. Greek salad, such a popular Greek dish and yet so difficult to find in its authentic form outside of Greece. And the reason for that is that the majority of restaurants, for one reason or another, are not creating a Greek salad as it should be, with the ingredients that should be. So let's start with what an authentic Greek salad consists of. Okay, we have tomatoes, we have cucumbers, we have green peppers,
olive oil,
we have onions, we have olives,
olive oil,
we have oregano, we have feta cheese,
olive oil.
And if you really want to go down to the traditional Greek village, you can have capers as well. And if you really want to go the extra mile, there is a nice crunchy green that is called parsley
and extra virgin olive oil.
So things like lettuce, rocket, spinach, or things like that do not belong in a Greek salad. If you go to a Greek restaurant that prides itself for being authentically Greek, and the first thing that comes to you is a Greek salad full of lettuce, run, or ask for a proper Greek salad, because that is not a proper Greek salad. And the funny thing is that doing my research, I found out that in the US, there are parts of the US that are serving Greek salads with all sorts of things, from chickpeas inside to beans to anything but the ingredients that a Greek salad must have. So now you know, and keep an eye for future videos that we're going to show you what a great Greek salad should look and taste like. So when you ask non-Greeks, what is your favorite Greek food? They most probably say Greek salad, Kleftiko, Moussaka. I've already spoken about Greek salad, but with regards to Moussaka and Kleftiko, the misconception is that Greeks eat Moussaka or Kleftiko any other day. And that is not the case. In fact, especially for Kleftiko, the lamb cooked in parchment, wrapped in parchment paper, at home I hardly had it, maybe once or twice. We do eat a lot of lamb in Greece, and we do a lot of roast lamb, but just a roast lamb with potatoes in the oven and herbs. We don't do it on parchment paper, etc. I have a feeling that some taverna in Greece put it in the menu, served it, tourists loved it, it became popular, and suddenly all the other tavernas start following the route, and suddenly Kleftiko became the be-all of Greek cuisine. But it's a misconception that is a very popular dish in Greece. Roast lamb is, Kleftiko not that much. Moussaka, again, it is popular, but again, we won't have it any other day. We might have it maybe twice, 3 times a year. There is another dish similar to moussaka called pasticcio, my favorite Greek dish, that we have a lot more often than moussaka. Moussaka is delicious, it's definitely Greek, but it's not one of the most popular Greek dishes in Greece. We love it, but we cook it, not so often. To all of you that call this delicious looking piece of food gyro, and that's for you as well, Gordon Ramsay, the proper pronunciation is gyros, gyros. But the big misconception is that this particular food is not what is called gyros. The name gyros is for the meat. It's the layers of meat that you can see them here hanging and twisting around in the fire and are slowly cooked. And the traditional gyros meat for Greeks is pork. As you can see, it's very different from the kebab or doner kebabs, because gyros actually has layers of meat, one on top of the other. So when you cut it, it's chunks of proper meat, not minced parts of whatever animal the butcher can find. Nowadays, again, because non-Greeks are not really keen on pork, you find gyros as well made from chicken, and also gyros made with lamb as well. So you might ask yourself, so what do you call this particular dish if you're not going to call it gyros? I have to be very careful here, because how you call it differs depending on which part of Greece you're coming from. Okay, I grew up in Crete, so in Crete has a different name to what, for example, the Saloniki in the north call it. But in general terms, and I will make a specific video just for the gyros and the souvlaki, okay? The pita bread that has the gyros meat in there, we normally call it pita gyros or pitogyro. If that pita has souvlaki, the skewered meat, okay, we'll call it souvlakopita. That's what we call it in Crete and some other parts in Greece. But gyros is only the meat that you see going and round and round. After what I said earlier about Kleftiko and roast lamb in general, and after seeing around all the menus in Greek restaurants and recipes, you will be right in thinking that lamb plays a big part in Greek cuisine, and in fact is eaten quite often by Greeks. However, it's not the number one in consumption meat in Greece. That position goes to pork. That's right, Greeks eat a lot of pork, and you will find that pork meat in Greece is delicious. Even steaks, pork steaks over the weekends, barbecued, delicious. Let's not think more about pork steaks. Next. Think of Greek olives, and obviously Kalamat olives will be what comes in mind. And that's mainly because Kalamat olives are the most popular olives that you get outside of Greece. They're big, they look good, they taste good, but obviously in Greece they're not the only type of oil that we eat. The misconception is, especially when it comes to Greek salad, that Kalamata olive is the main olive that you use. But if you think about it, back in the good old days when you could not sort of travel around or export produce that easily, every part of Greece used its own type of olives in its salads and eating in general. So the people that lived in the Kalamata and the surrounding areas eat Kalamata olives. In Crete you had other types of olives like tsakistes. In other parts you had another type which is called throuba. Most probably those types of olives are not that well known outside of Greece. Sometimes because they're smaller, sometimes because they have a unique taste. For example, tsakistes olives have a slight bitterness to them, or throuba olives, they look as if they're dried, but believe me, they are very, very tasty. So look out for them, or have a look around, maybe in some other videos, hopefully when we can go traveling in Greece again, we will make sure that we will present you some of the best types of olives. Feta cheese, the most popular of the Greek cheeses, but outside the United Kingdom, people might get the wrong type of cheese thinking that it's actually a Greek feta. And I'm saying that because by law within the European Union, feta cheese has a protected status. That means that it can only be produced in Greece, and it can only be produced using milk from specific parts of Greece as well. So feta cheese in its original form, Greek form, you can only use sheep's milk in that. You can use goat's milk as well, but only up to 30%. So you can either have 100% sheep's milk or up to 30% goat's milk in that as well. No cow's milk goes in a Greek feta at all. Obviously, by saying that, the problem is that outside the European Union, that law does not exist. So, for example, in Australia, in the United States, you might find cheese that is called feta, but it should not really be called feta because it's not made in Greece or it's made using cow's milk. And the problem with cow's milk is that because of the massively produced milk from cows, it could have chemicals in it, the quality is not the same, even the color. They can use chemicals to make it look as white as the traditional Greek feta cheese. And when it comes to the taste, there is just no comparison whatsoever. So please, 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 in order to appreciate how good a proper Greek feta cheese tastes like, if you go to buy feta cheese, make sure that you look at the package, make sure that it says made in Greece or produced in Greece, and that it's not made from cow's milk, is made from sheep's or sheep's and goat's milk. That's it then for this episode. Now you know at least 10 things about Greek cuisine that you weren't aware before. Just to recap on a couple of things, this is me when somebody starts a conversation with Greek cuisine and hummus. And this is me when somebody serves me a Greek salad with lettuce. Thank you very much again for watching this video. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button, the like button if you like this video, and the bell button if you want to be informed of any new videos that are being uploaded throughout the month. If you have any questions about today's video or anything that you would like to see in future videos here at the Greekosophy channel, by all means make your comments below and we will make sure that we'll answer them or even make videos out of your suggestions. Have a great day and we'll see you soon again. Bye bye.